Today on the channel, we're back at it again with the continuing saga of what's leaving my collection now with It's So Hard to Say Goodbye, Part 19.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of It's So Hard to Say Goodbye. And can you believe it? We're already up to part 19 here. 3+ years of doing these videos here, and it's like I always say in these videos, we always got stuff coming into our collections, but sometimes we have to have stuff coming out of our collections. It's the give and take, it's the yin and yang, and sometimes we have a lot more coming in than we have coming out, and sometimes it's the other way. You never know what's going on. As we always say too, you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here, and that's what we're talking about here today. And It's So Hard to Say Goodbye, part 19, the continuing evolution of what is leaving my collection. And in today's video, this is a set I had no plans to pick up originally. Maybe that's part of the reason it's going away now, but it's not the real reason or the whole reason, and I'll get to that here in a second. But these were on the shelves, and these have been released many times over the last decade plus at this point. And I finally did pick up a set of these as they started going to clearance, things like that. Picked these up. I think we even reviewed them here on the channel. By no means are they the greatest Ninja Turtle figures of all time, but they're not bad. They get the job done. Perfect for kids, I do think. A great entry-level turtle, and ones that don't display the worst ever. But however, the reason I'm getting rid of my Playmates Ninja Turtles, of course, these Playmates ones. Let me bust these guys out here. There's Mikey, there's Raph, there's Donatello, and of course you got to have Leonardo as well. These are nice. They display nice. Great for a little kid that wants to display some turtles. But the reason I'm getting rid of these is, obviously, I'm all in on NECA turtles. That is my prime collection as far as turtles go. Then we got Super 7 there as well. One of these days I'll get around to unboxing those on the channel. I guess we'll wait and see. We'll get there eventually. But that is why I'm getting rid of these, is I'm all in. I got all my cards in on NECA, and of course we know the NECA cartoon line, that's the bread and butter for me. I also enjoy the movie line, but the cartoon line is my favorite. However, there's also the Mirage line, there's the Last Ronin line, and now the Archie Comics line. So when I picked these up, the Archie Comics line really wasn't a thing. It wasn't even being discussed at the time. So now that those are coming to fruition, we're getting added to those, we're getting more Mirage characters than I thought we would, and now Last Ronin's starting to build up. I decided, you know what? Something's got to give. You can't collect all of them, and there is so many different incarnations of Ninja Turtles, as we do know. This being a very famous one, but one that just doesn't need to be in my collection anymore. So I've decided to move on, pass on these Playmates, take these out, and I will free up a shelf in my collection for more NECA stuff when that time does come. So it is hard to say goodbye, but I don't have quite the love for these like I do the NECA or even the Super 7 ones. So it made the decision fairly easy for me at this point. Now I guess you could say the Mutant Mayhem figures are on the clock, because I did get the 4 Turtles, I did get Splinter. That's all I got as of right now. The Turtle Tots, I guess I got those. I've been thinking about getting the bad guys. I may wait for clearance, but who knows? There could be a That's So Hard to Say Goodbye part 33 down the road where the Mutant Mayhem ones do take a bon voyage. However, as of right now, they're fairly cheap. They're still resonating. I still may get those ones. We'll see what happens there. But we're not done with the Playmates ones, as you guys know. Turtle fans know at least. Bebop, Rocksteady, a part of this line, of course. Very cool. We do get a Triceraton, just one lone Triceraton. And then, of course, you got to have the main guy. You got to have Shredder. And if there was a gripe about this line to me, it is a little bit of the scaling. And I'm not as big of a scaling snob as a lot of people are, but I am definitely right here. When Splinter is so much smaller than these Turtles, same thing with Bebop and Rocksteady. They got to be bigger than the Turtles. That isn't the case with these Playmates, so that was always a little bit disappointing for me. And don't even get me started on that Triceraton. He should be bigger than Bebop and Rocksteady at this point. But it is what it is. But these guys still do look cool, and I really do think this is a great one for like a 7-8-year-old kid that really likes to play with his toys, but also sees dad collecting. If I had a son, he'd be like, "Oh, Dad, I see you got that." And these would be great for, hey, I'm going to play with them, but when I'm done, I'm putting them on a shelf on display. They get the manhole covers with their names on them. Gives them a little bit of display ability, a little bit more display ability, especially for a little kid that may struggle getting them to kind of adjust on the shelf. This, they peg in with the peg holes, everything else. You got your turtles, you got your bad guys, you put them on a little display. Just perfect for little kids out there. That's the way these ones really belong to go to here. But it's a small collection, but even the smallest collections moving on help you get some of your bigger collections more space, and that's kind of where I'm at with this one here. So nothing against these. I don't hate these. I'm here for these. They just aren't going to be staying in my collection. That's the way it's going with these Playmate Ninja Turtles. So there it is. Playmates, Bebop, Rocksteady, Triceraton, Shredder, and then, of course, Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Raphael. Arrivederci. There you go. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You getting rid of anything lately? Anything going out of your collection? Anything you're thinking about getting rid of in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day and then some. And we got even more content for you, of course, on Patreon for early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, you name it, all going on over there, the old Patreon channel. And it is the best way to support the channel, as you guys know. And you can also support the channel over there at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle _Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for That's So Hard to Say Goodbye, Part 19, Playmates Ninja Turtle Edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.